Hello, my friends, and welcome to Erin and Class Movie Reviews.
Yeah, like a here, just take it out.
Can you fix it for me? Let's start the show. All right, that's gonna be a weird break there.
I know.
So today we're reviewing another favorite of ours, especially mine, the classic Dazed and Confused.
This is an oldie but goodie.
An oldie but goodie. It basically is what it was like growing up in the 70s.
Yeah,
basically
it was made in the 90s, I want to say.
Yeah, basically it was what it was like growing up when during the time that I was born, a little before she was born, but when my parents were growing up and kind of with this stuff. Yeah. And I'm sorry, we're looking for the date. We should have had this ahead of time. Sorry. It was 1993.
Oh my gosh.
So 1993, but it's supposed to be taking place in 1976. So it's just there's no
gosh, I was still in high school.
There's no super duper plot other than just school and growing up in the 70s and partying and drinking and smoking weed and hanging out with your friends and all the stuff people did
Football
in the 70s
players,
and stuff that kids and people don't do at
people
all now.
Wondering
People
what they're
never
gonna
do.
It's basically like teenagers wondering what they're gonna do with their lives after they graduate.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole thing in the 70s.
Yeah.
So.
And it will definitely make you want to drink and party. It gives you that feeling like wanting to be young and just have fun again. One of the great things about it too is the cars back then. Gosh darn, man, the cars were so great back then. I understand now we're more worried about the environment and gas and all that kind of stuff and everything, but before that was a huge thing, man. Nowadays all the cars just look so similar. I mean, like we have a Honda Pilot, which I love.
But there's 1,000 of them.
There's 1,000 of them. Not only that, I mean, there's so many versions that look just like the Pilot or look like the Civic or whatever. Every car just looks the same now. And back then they had so much character.
It's more about efficiency, not about the look.
Yeah.
It's more about like I can commute with a $30 of gas than
a whole week.
Like if I were to have one of those cars, it would have been like
a day. No.
it would have guzzled my gas in a day.
But so you put all the nowadays stuff out of your head and just watch it and enjoy it for what it is. And man, the cars are just so awesome. They sound great. They're just really cool. And just it was more of a freer time too. The thing I liked about it
was
wasn't
very hippie age.
Yeah, it wasn't gangsterish.
Right after the war, or I guess kind of during.
No, it was after.
It was after the war. So it was like everybody had free love, and it was just about
and it's just like it is more of like people got into fights and stuff, but don't kick them while they're down. Once you won the fight, that was it. Where it's not like beating people with bats and killing each other. I mean, obviously, that did happen in certain parts, and it's not like it was hunky dory everywhere. But it seems like
in this movie it was.
In this movie it was, and it just
they were in a town that wasn't violent and crazy.
And then of course, like how the seniors, when they're graduating, they always got to haze the freshmen and everything, and so they go around and they
don't do that
swat them with the thing. Yeah, you couldn't get away with that now. All the hazing stuff they used to do, man, it's like these colleges are constantly getting busted for the hazing. It's but doing it in high school, there's no way they'd let kids do that kind of stuff,
especially to freshmen.
They had these specially cut paddles they'd use to whack it with.
They would make them in wood shop.
And I remember Ben Affleck's character, his paddle that
was one of his first movies.
His paddle said FAH-Q. FAW Q. I just love that.
He was like crazy about.
I put that because he wanted to get that one kid back for.
But he was like, I remember
he was like the jerk, the most jerk about it.
He was the jerk in the movie, and he wanted to do it to anybody, but then that guy, the main freshman kid, super pissed him off, and he was like his mission to go after him. Yeah. Who,
by the way, was I'm sorry, I've never watched it, but he's just a horrible actor.
He was the worst.
That kid was a horrible actor. I mean, it's just his little expressions and the way he did stuff, and just like.
It was just so bad.
It was just horrible. I was just like, why did they pick this kid? It just wasn't good at all.
Kid? Because he kind of looked like the sister, maybe? They
wanted a kind of an awkward, to go through that age and what most kids go through at that age.
But kids they could have hired.
So I got that, but it was weird. It wasn't like it was like he was. It was almost like he was really trying to act awkward, where he just. Like he's probably not an awkward kid, not at all, or something. So it's hard for him to touch into it. But
no.
But anyway, so favorite scenes. There's so
Matthew
many.
McConaughey.
All right.
Yes.
Everyone says that now when they say Matthew McConaughey or talk about it, they always do the all right.
All right. Yeah. And then he talks about like I keep getting older and they keep staying the same age.
I get older, they stay the same age.
Because he likes to date the high school kids.
Which is so perverted and dirty, but
this was his very first movie.
Yeah, and remember we were talking about how someone met him on a plane or something like that,
and they thought he'd be perfect for this role.
Movie, and he's like, all right, and wasn't even interested.
He wasn't even an actor. Yeah, he was like he was doing something completely different, and they thought he'd be perfect for that role, and that just opened the gates for him to become like. God, can
you imagine that? You do that, and then all of a sudden now you're just this.
Now he's doing what Lexus commercials.
Yeah, well, I feel like the Jim Carrey in Saturday Night Live. Yeah, those Lexus. If you don't know those Lexus commercials, Matthew McConaughey, he's like talking to himself while he's driving, real quiet.
It's all
Jim Carrey did a thing on Saturday Night Live where he made fun of him. He's like talking. And he's like, I'm just gonna pick my nose and roll the booger up my fingers and decide what to do with it.
Like this.
Should I just drop it on the ground or flick it outside? What should I do with it? It's like, what is this?
It was so funny.
But it was so like
people think that those commercials are so like.
They're just so like off. They're like weird, you know?
Okay, it's a car commercial.
But like they say,
but he's amazing.
If he gets you talking about it, that's all they want. They want people talking about it. It gets Lincoln in your head. I would say how good it did, and we're saying we're calling Lexus.
And it was an L car.
You were close. But
he's an amazing actor, and that's awesome that was his first movie because he played a really good sleazy.
Yeah, and he didn't have a big role in it, but a little role.
And his hair's all flat. It just looks so.
But he looked good though. He looked like from that time.
I think that's probably why they thought he'd be perfect
for this movie because he did.
Like a mustache thing
and just
going
the way the shirt rolled a little bit. He just
with a cigarette.
It just looked like my dad when he was young.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, Matthew McConaughey, except for my dad was darker, but that's how my dad looked. It was sleeve rolled up, that kind of hair. I mean, he had that kind of 70s
he was
look.
more tan, but he had the
looked like they'd be listening to Aerosmith on a record player, a fog hat or something, you know. Oh my gosh, yeah, cool time. So yeah, just there's not a huge plot, like I say. You know, they haze kids. It's a lot of just dumb little pranks,
partying.
Yeah, it's just a feel good, funny movie. There's
people hooking
make
up.
You laugh. A lot of hooking up,
Lots
you know.
Of hookups.
And just a lot of just dumb little jokes, you know, like the and the things that the football coach really wanted to sign up, and they're kind of deciding they want to do this or that. You know, just things kids go through, decide what you want to do with your future. What were you gonna say? You said, "Oh yeah."
I just like I love that one character, the super stoned guy with the really long hair, and he's got the hat. Yeah. And he's just like. Always just kind of like going with the flow, but it's so funny how he's just like, what?
Check you later. Yeah.
He's like, I just love that guy's character.
The girl's full of it. He's like, all right, check you later. He's like, dude, don't say that. He's like, what? He's like, check you later. He's like, who says that? Check you later. He's like, man, shut up. What?
I just love he's like high the whole time, and he's the funniest character.
They're going knocking over mailboxes. What does he call that? Not mailbox tipping. That's cow tipping. Mailbox. I can't remember what you call it.
I don't know if it's
baseball, mailbox, baseball, whatever. When you go by, you just hit mailboxes with your baseball.
I didn't know it was a name.
He's like, they threw the bowling ball or at the car, and he throws it wrong and goes right to the back windshield. Oh my
gosh. He's like, oh. It's like he got the high laugh. He has the high laugh going.
That straight stoner laugh with everything. Yeah.
So funny. I love his character. That made the whole movie for me.
Yeah, he is probably the funniest character in the movie.
And what's her name? From Resident Evil.
Gosh darn, the main girl, the Resident Evil girl, does all of them. Yeah. That was like one of her first movies, if not her first.
I think it was her first movie, and she was beautiful in that movie. She was just like doing the whole
because she was all into acid and everything, like
singing and
remember she's singing that little 80s song, watch them fly. Away.
And their boyfriend's like,
you know what that song's about, man? It's about aliens, man.
And she's like, what? Okay.
All deep and everything. She goes to light her cigarette and she's just like I know, she goes to do it and she's like, she's staring at the lighters like, yeah, she's on acid there.
It was awesome. She was awesome. She had the tiniest part, but I loved it.
So gosh darn it, I'm trying to think of
your favorite scene.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones where there's not just one favorite scene. There's just so many good scenes in it that I like that they went to like play pool, and like they had the pool hall there, and then they had the secret party that everybody was supposed to go to that only seniors were supposed to go to. And the music, of course. The music, I mean, just like you buy the soundtrack. Yeah, it's Aerosmith. I mean, it's Dr. Jones. I mean, all these good old 70s classic stuff.
Yeah.
And when the kid's like all, he's all messed, he's all high and everything. He's walking in that little bar. He's walking there. He's like all like just there, and I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. It's just like it totally fits when he's walking there. Like it's all messed up.
Kind of slow motion.
And they do love hurts. And
then when all the kids are running out of the school, and it's all school's out for summer. And they're all running to their cars and
papers up in the air.
Throwing it, just and it's like, it out of there.
So you watch it and you remember that feel like, oh yeah, you remember that film, The Last Day of School. That man.
Oh man.
Last Day of School when the summer's come was like the best feeling. Like you play with your friends, just knowing like you got a whole summer coming up. Oh my gosh.
I always had summer school, so it wasn't a big thing for me.
Yeah, well, I did a little towards the end when I started messing up, but in the beginning
I had summer school every year. I was not a good student.
Well, on that note, so I
did not like
1 to 5 doobies. Yes, because that's a very popular.
Yeah.
1 to 5 doobies. Obviously, I'm giving it a 5. It's a perfect movie for what it is. It's a perfect movie. I loved it. I can watch it anytime. It just represents that time, that era. Perfect movie to watch if you kind of want to know. Obviously, it's exaggerated. Everything's exaggerated in movies, but to kind of get you a general idea of what kids and what it was like growing up at that time. Perfect movie to watch.
Yeah, I'm saying a 4. It's not one of my best favorite movies, but I definitely like it. If it were on TV, I would definitely stop and watch it. But it's not something I would go out of my way to watch. But yeah, I totally loved it. It's a good one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we as always, I recommend. We'll have some we don't recommend every once in a while, but most movies we review are movies we recommend usually.
Bellflower.
Dude, that was. Here we go again.
Awful.
Here we go. Bellflower was awesome. Watch our review on it if you have not seen. Most people haven't seen Bellflower, independent film. It was a good movie.
And don't go watch it either.
No, it was a good movie.
Just save yourself 2 hours and watch something entertaining.
We'll go watch it and see who you agree with. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.